Hello, I'm back live on YouTube with bad lighting again. Hopefully, one of the last days of bad lighting. As I've mentioned a couple of times, let me just fix this before I get too much into this. All right, there we go. As I've said before, when I reached what was it, 20 subscribers, whatever, I said I'd order some lights so this could look halfway decent, and they'll be arriving on Friday. I'll set them up, and then it'll look much better. Well, today, when I got home from work, I found a box in my mail. Here it is. It is the goodies from a Kickstarter that I backed. Who knows how long ago? I don't remember. It's a series of graphic novels by writer Pat Shand, an artist whose name I'd butcher if I pronounced it, but I put it down below. There's names of the creators. There's links. You can go read more about the series at Amazon. I might find out, and also I put a link to Shand's current Kickstarter for Volume 6 in this series. Destiny New York is a series of graphic novels. It's been running since 2017, near as I can tell. So that's basically a book a year that's been produced since then. And it focuses on the latest generation, at least is the impression I have. I haven't read them yet. Latest generation of a couple of rival families, except these heirs to the family have fallen in love, or they fall in love in the first book. And then the series is, I guess, the ups and downs of their relationships, and probably magic crime and whatever else goes with magical crime families. The whole idea of the series appealed to me when I first saw kind of a précis of it. And I went, what the heck? I'll get it. I'll back this Kickstarter. I'll get 5 volumes. I'll get some of the extras, which were the spin-off titles. And here's the box. They're also, from the sample art, looked like it was black and white series, which means it's great for review fodder at my Shades of Grey blog. So not only do I get some good comics to read, I hope, but I'll be able to get material to write about. Now, unboxing is harder than it seems, apparently, because I'm still trying to get into this box. Let's see. Maybe I need a magic spell to do it. Speaking of magic spells, something else that appealed to me about this idea of modern magic that's more subtle than what you usually see. Sort of this world, if I understand correctly, is almost like a Harry Potter kind of setting where there's a magical world that exists next to the mundane world, or the magic happens in the background. People in the world seem to be aware that there's magic, but it's not something that you see every day. And you actually go to, as I get the impression, you go to school to learn how to master your magic talents. But another thing that appealed to me about the series is several years ago, I did a little game product called Secrets of the Witch Kind. And also, Destiny New York seemed like it would play nicely into that whole idea of that kind of implied setting that there was in those books. So let's see what we got in this box here. All right, on top. Okay, we got one of the spin-offs. Again, I bought these pretty much blind, so I can show you the covers. Here's Weed. Smoke weed, see the future. It's one of the spin-off books of the series. It's right on top, so I'm getting to the spin-offs before I get to the main event, it looks like. Yeah, we got it's printed on glossy paper. It's actually looks like it got a pretty good solid spine on it, so this looks like high-quality printing. Nice artwork, and yeah, at least this particular book is in black and white, so yeah, it's definitely going to get a write-up at Shades of Grey at some point. another one of the spin-off books. So this one here is volume 1. So maybe there's going to be more series about smoking weed. And let's see. Yeah, so this is Taylor Hart. She was born a seer. She can see the future. All her life, it's been both a gift and a curse. And she's trying to develop a strain of marijuana to help her control her visions better. And instead, it's a strain of marijuana that lets the normies see the future instead, which probably is something that magical people don't appreciate because it takes their advantage away. Next one, another one of the spin-off books, Gangster Ass Barista. It's about a character named Trinity. She used to live a life of crime, but now she works as a barista in New York City. Apparently she's struggling to make ends meet and might be falling back into old habits. Again, oh, look, we got some nice looking black and white art in here. And in fact, this kind of, again, we got a nice quality binding, printed on slick paper. And actually just looking at this without really reading it, it looks like Pat Shand, whose work I'm unfamiliar with, but it looks like he actually does not fall into the trap that a lot of writers these days seem to fall into. They're not really writing stuff that's paced for comics. They're more writing, it's like, oh, look, here's my illustrated film script, a lot of talking head sort of stuff, but he balances actually dialogue and action. Looks like he does that quite nicely. So, another spinoff. So I'm getting all the spinoffs here first. Necromancer. Sherry Gilbert, Necromancer. So she's a high school student and a necromancer. Okay, high school student and necromancer destined to die on a road trip. So this might be something that fills in some blanks between books. I don't know. Like I said, I'm coming to this completely blind and realizing I'm going to have a huge pile of books to read. Yeah, this is actually more than I bargained for. So I got value for my dollar, that's for sure. And pumpkin spice latte talk in the back cover copy of this, so perfect for this time of year. Let's see, on the inside of it, once again, we got some very nice looking black and white art. Seems like, again, Shand understands how to write a comic book. We got nice balanced pages. We've got, again, looks like quality binding. And here we go again with some nice creepy action art here. This might be in October. Well, Shand a while back, I think I actually asked this question when in the Kickstarter, I realized there was going to be a bunch of spin-off books. And I asked kind of, what order should these be read in? And he posted actually an order to the backers, and it might be somewhere else on the web somewhere, I don't know, but he posted this order of things. So I may look into see whether the Necromancer spin-off title can be read and understood and appreciated without necessarily knowing the Destiny New York universe that well, or well, we'll see. I'll go back and I'll look at that list again because I really don't recall. It's months ago. Here, Destiny New York short stories, 13 short stories from the world of Destiny New York. In a world where magic is real and accepted as part of everyday life, meet former prophecy girl Logan McBride. Logan McBride is the main character in the series. I've gathered that much from what I've read about the Kickstarter. In this special collection of short stories, writer and creator Pat Shand is paired with an incredible array of artists to dig deeper into the world of Destiny, New York. So these are probably little short stories that fill in character backstories, events between the volumes of the series. And again, it looks like it's a very well-bound book. Nicely illustrated. Nice, well-balanced pages. Variety of artists illustrated this, but they're all still kind of black and white grayscale art. Oh yeah, and here we go. Here's probably the gangster ass barista from the other spin-off book. So yep, another one. All right, let's see what else we have in the box. Because just keep going. Oh, we got a plug for got a card that sort of reminds us of when the next Kickstarters are coming up. So yeah, they've already started the Kickstarter for Volume 6. I'm gonna, this looks great, but I'm gonna at least read the first volume of Destiny New York before I back Kickstarter for 6. But it is currently live, and again, I linked down below to the Kickstarter, so you can go check it out. So let's see here. Mixed Magical Martial Arts Kickstarter starts on October 20th. Oh, yes, and there will be additional volumes of Smoke Weed and See the Future, because Kickstarter for that comes on December 6th. So there you go. There's a little promotional card in there for that. We have a limited edition art card called Trinity's Past. I suppose if, again, for people who actually have read the previous volumes, this makes sense. For me, it's just a neat looking picture. And there was some talk about Destiny playing cards or trading cards, or Destiny New York trading card playing cards. And here that is in the box. So what else is here? All right. Okay, we get down into the nitty-gritty main event here. Books. A pile of books. Yes, I've been saying that I don't really buy modern comics, because every time I look at them on the stands in the comic shops, I go, this storytelling is not to my liking. The art's not to my liking. But I find myself getting things off Kickstarter. For example, Ron Randall, I have been backing his Trekker stuff for the last, I think, 3 releases. Actually, 2 releases and the one that's upcoming. And I caught up because he put this big, giant coffee table kind of book that collected pretty much the 30 years worth of Trekker that I had not been paying attention to. I just had fond memories of the black and white comics. They're all recolored. They're in this beautiful book. But I have now been getting quite a few Kickstarters. Destiny New York, here's the first volume. It basically, Kickstarter I backed volume 5, and the reward level, you would get all the older books as a result. And so that's why I have this giant box of books I'll be reading for quite the foreseeable future. And The Killer and the Narcissist. Chapter 4. It's just, I opened a random spot in the book. And again, we got glossy pages. We got nice grayscale black and white art. And the Narcissist and the Killer, not the Killer and the Narcissist. But once again, this is some very nice looking art. It actually looks like there might be a couple of different artists working on this, or intentionally different styles. We'll see when I actually get around to reading it. So that's volume 1. And again, nice, looks like quality binding. Yeah, and these books are all hundreds of pages long. No real page numbers, but they're nice, thick books. And volume 2 is actually thicker than volume 1. First one was Who I Used to Be as a title. Second volume, Who I Am Now. And there's the cover. Logan McBride settles in with her girlfriend. And then there's, yeah. Well, So yeah, there we have, opened again, random page. Might be the gangster Asperista from the spinoff. I will find out when I read it. Oh yeah, well it's got to be, because there we have actually a chapter even titled Gangster Asperista. So that was the second book. Third book. Oh yeah, well again, it's about a character who is psychic, right? So these titles make sense. Volume 1, Who I Used to Be. Volume 2, Who I Am Now. Volume 3, Who I Am Going to Be. And I presume, yeah, the character there, that would be Logan. This would be Lilith, I think. And then we got our gangster Asperista standing right there. Don't know who the black woman is, but I will find out, I'm sure, from reading the book. And this one, oh, okay. I had the idea that the first one was them in college, but this one had the characters at 30, so maybe there's a time jump, maybe there's just time passes. That's kind of that would be kind of neat if the characters actually grow older as the story progresses. Too many comics don't do that. And volume 4, titled The Winter Forever. There will always be strings is a pull quote on the back. Here we have the cover again. These are just beautiful covers. And we got more excellent interior art here. Again, looks like high quality binding. We got more beautiful glossy pages. Actually, I'm looking at this guy with his, looks like part question mark, part exclamation point, or broken heart or something, birthmark on his forehead. It looks like maybe Harry Potter crossed over. But again, I have no idea. But this, oh, okay. So that's interesting. Just kind of reading the back cover copy, and the romance, of course, hits a rocky spot at some point in the story. So volume 4, Winter Forever. Volume 5, Through the Shadow. So things sound like they might get darker as they go. But, well, at least we had, looks like it's at least summer again. Oh, this is interesting. All right. Something else that I just noticed. You can probably put all of them back to back. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the covers kind of line up thematically. So a lot of thought has gone into the graphic design of this entire series. That's also something that, yeah, all the back covers are like that. I didn't register with me until just now. And each of them has a different main character on the back. Maybe I was wrong about who's Lilith and who's Logan, because on the back of volume 1 we've got the character I thought was Lilith. I don't know. I'll find out when I read it. Anyhow, that's what's in this box. Then we got, oh look, a stress reliever. Anyhow, so looking at this, like I said, I don't quite remember how much what level I backed at, but it felt like, oh look, someone actually commented in the chat. Thanks for checking out Destiny New York, the team Space Between, and yeah, Space Between. That's the publisher. Hello, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I also appreciate this. What seems to be again, like I was saying, when I backed this thing, I backed it at a level that I thought was you know, if I wasn't fond of what I got, I would, you know, not be terribly upset. However, now, again, I don't quite remember how much, what level I backed at, what I paid, but looking at what I got for it, I think whatever I paid was well worth it. And because these are quality books, and the more I look at just the design, again, actually, the graphic design is consistent throughout all of them. I might be getting into really too geeky stuff for most folks out there, but I've worked in publishing for long enough that this sort of thing impresses me. Now, what really will be the test for me is if I put them on the shelf and the spines all line up properly as well, which, oh my gosh, looks like they do. I'm hoping that the content matches the package, because the packages, because right now I'm actually very exciting. Wording is hard. Englishing is harder. It looks very. I'm very excited to get around to reading these. So I'll probably shuffle something else to one side and I'll be reading, I think, Destin New York books rather than watching NCIS and other TV shows I might be watching. All right, well, I really don't have any way to end this particular video other than to say that I am delighted about what was in that box. It really looks like real quality stuff. Like I said, I linked somewhere down here. I'm not entirely sure where they show up, but there are links. You can learn more about Destiny New York, the current Kickstarter. I even put a link up to Secrets of the Witch Kind, because self-promotion, you know. And on that note, I'm going to call it a night. And once again, thank you, Space Between, for popping in. I will take a look and see if there is something I should link to on below this video. Because yeah, I certainly want people to know about you guys and what you're doing, because right now I'm very happy with it all. All right, so hope you all will have a good night. And if you're finding this at some point in the future, I hope you're having a good day or a good night, whatever it is. And I'll be back with another rambling live stream at some point. Once again, I'm still trying to find the right buttons to click. And by this weekend, there should even be good lighting. So we shall see.